I actually composed this presentation. This is something that I had to ask myself. How many of you have really asked yourself, like, who am I and what am I doing here? Like, what is my purpose? Is there a reason for me? Everybody, like, if you haven't, then this is something you should ask yourself. What we're going to do right now, right, is just talk about our rites of passage into manhood. You guys are going to do a lot of talking. Trust me, I'm just setting the stage for you just so you can get where my mindset is at and I can bring you up to speed, alright? The rites of passage into manhood or womanhood, because I figured there was going to be some women here, or some young ladies, and, you know, possibly some grown ones. Who has ever heard of rites of passage? Alright, for the gentlemen, who has ever seen, which one of you have ever seen the movie 300? It's always the best example, and I know the boys like, yeah, I've seen it, because it was like blood everywhere, and I loved it, right? Everybody sign that book? Okay. You seen the movie 300? So you maybe, like, help me out with this. Do you recall how when the movie started out, they showed the little boy, and he was with his father, and he couldn't really go outside with his father like that, because he was still a little boy, so mommy had to nurture you. Like, you still was at home learning how to feed yourself, how to use the bathroom on time, like doing all the, like, the things a child is raised to do. And then as he got older and started to become into his manhood, there's a test of his manhood, and especially in the Roman times, like we're dealing with a whole other era. Like, so when you look at that whole cycle of what the Spartans went through, like he was brought up, he was taught how to fight with the other little kids first, and then came a day where it was like, take off all your clothes, take this stick, and you gotta go for like 20 miles, right? Like, am I right, right? They gave him like a spear and a shield and said go, and all he had on was like a pair of old school tighty whities or something, like a little camper or something, right? I'm not lying, I'm saying the truth, right? So he gets out and he crosses, he goes out on this venture to come into his manhood. What happened when he left? Like a big panther or something like that. He had a face like a panther, like this thing that he knew was fear for him. But in order, the symbolism or the similarity that you gotta look for is that tiger or that panther is like life obstacles. In order for you to be able to provide food during that time for your family, you gotta be able to provide some type of shelter, because when they sent him out there, there was nothing out there. He had to build him a little hut out of anything he could find or whatever. So this was his way of being able to say, I'm king, I can